Today we are going to be taking a look at Brandon Aiyuk. He is a very good up-and-coming player that we really need to break down, and of course, I'm going to make you better. Let's check out Brandon Aiyuk. Okay, so in this first clip, we are looking over on number 11 in the corner. From there, what we're going to see is a quick, he's down with his right foot ahead. He's going to bring his left foot to the side. Now, at this point in time, usually when you bring your back foot forward, what we normally see is the fact that you're going to be splitting out towards the right side, because if you bring your left foot forward, that means that you're pushing off from it and you're going to be cutting out this side. However, we don't see that. What we do see is the fact that he brings his left foot forward, hops, and lands on his right foot first, which is a very small juke that you could learn how to do very quickly, very easily, and that shifts the defender's weight towards that right side. Next, we see him take a large step forward towards that left side, and he's able to get around his defender. Of course, his defender is pulling onto his jersey, but he's able to separate very soon from that defender. So we see him running. His body is angled towards the right side, which allows him to now take a quick, big step on his right side, take a very big cross step, and he hops into this cross as well. So he goes off of his left foot onto his right, he pushes off, which is able to lose that defender. How he did this was off his left, push, so take a step back, left foot, push off, hop into that right foot. That allows you to explode faster, especially if you're on your toes, and then you're able to turn away from your defender. Now, he also seen that there was a wide opening right here, which allowed him to be able to get open for that pass. Now, when he does receive that ball, he knows that he's got a defender trailing him. That defender's going to try and take him down. What he does is he keeps his back to the defender but spins off. And how he's able to do that is by bringing his feet very close together, bending his knees, angling his body back towards the left side so that he can have a good amount of power coming off of that spin onto his left foot. And then he's able to turn his body back with his left foot, shoulder forward. From there, he's able to then explode to the right side, try to make it look like he's going to be running in that left direction. And that's what he actually does do off of this, but he's able to protect that ball by doing so, and he's able to go in between those two defenders. Personally, it would have been interesting to see if he was to fake the inside movement, spin back around one more time, and then he would be one-on-one instead of one-on-two. Now, this is a good hook-back play. What we see is he leaves before the quarterback gets that ball. As soon as that quarterback gets that ball, he's already in position, and we have a blocker going up this side. Now, from there, he has a couple of different options, but he's able to curl up. He has multiple blockers on this side, and what we're going to see him do is basically split between those two blockers, and he's got some room to run. However, what's he do is he puts on almost like the brakes, where he puts a lot of pressure on that right foot, and he's able to cut back towards the left side. This is going to allow him to push off that left leg and to try and go between those two defenders, but that at least gets him an extra 2 to 3 yards at the very minimum. Now, Brandon Aiyuk is up in this top of the screen over here, and what he's going to do is go full speed towards this defender. That's going to make that defender step back and get back onto his heels. Of course, that defender is playing a zone up top, and then we have a couple of zone players in the middle, but he's able to find that opening right down the middle, and because of that, he's able to get open for that pass. Now, coming out of that catch, he has 4 defenders around him. He has an option to go one-on-one with this guy. Of course, if that guy can get into his lane, he's hoping that this guy can go and block his leading man, which doesn't happen. That would have been very smart, because if that happened, if that player was able to block that player, we may have had a one-on-one situation where he could have been able to get around that next player. But instead, he's able to shrug off a tackle and then gets absolutely destroyed. Okay, so this next play is actually quite interesting. We actually have a screen here, and then we have Brandon Aiyuk who's able to then get some yardage downfield. Basically a switch that never switched. That would have been a smart chance to then switch over here. If these two defenders switched players, that would have actually worked out better in their behalf, but they didn't, and that allows him to be absolutely wide open. And that's actually a really good play for those coaches out there who are looking for an interesting play. Have a player screen, and then if those defenders don't switch, you're going to have to air out a pass because he's going to be absolutely wide open right downfield. Even though this was not route running when it comes to footwork, this is still a fantastic play to run. I hope that this video helps you become a better player. If it does, hit that like button and subscribe, and I will see you guys again next time.